Day ceremony getting underway in the San Francisco Presidio. Our own Ken Wayne is the MC for today's event. Let's listen in.
Last thing you want to do, you're going with your fellow soldiers and sailors, airmen and Marines who may feel the exact same way you do. But you will get through it together as a team, out to accomplish the mission objective you have been given and to look out for one another. City slickers and country bumpkins, Americans from every corner, people who might never normally hang out together, you form deep friendships and lifelong bonds. As we gather here today, think for a moment. At this exact minute, there are men and women keeping watch over us. Sailors at sea, pilots on patrol, soldiers and Marines in training, all of them ready to take action when they're called upon by their country. We are here to honor those Americans who did all of those things but didn't make it back. They may have died in battle, or they succumbed years after military service when the buried trauma of their duty was too much. And as we are also learning, environmental effects of burn pits and some of the other things that our troops have had to endure are finally coming to light. We're here to acknowledge the 30,000 headstones that cover these shaded slopes next to the Golden Gate, and the stories attached to each one of them, the lives they all represent. People often say to veterans, "Thank you for your service." And sometimes, as a veteran, we don't really know exactly how to respond to that. But I found a quote that I think goes deeper and certainly applies to the men and women who are buried here at the Presidio. The author is unknown, but the quote is this: "If you want to thank a soldier, be the kind of American worth fighting for." At any moment, we're going to have a flyover, and I think that's him or her off the coast from Air Station, Coast Guard Air Station, San Francisco. The Coast Guard is going to fly over. In the meantime, we're going to call for the colors from the junior ROTC high schoolers from San Francisco, Balboa, Lincoln, and other high schools. 8th Brigade, present the colors. I don't see them. Are they here? Oh, there they are. Please rise as the colors arrive. Commissioner Barnacle will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by Airman First Class Angst singing the national anthem.
Good afternoon, everyone. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, for liberty and justice for all.
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Airman. That was fantastic. How about the U.S. Coast Guard? Their timing was perfect. Time now for our invocation. Colonel Iwahama from the 63rd Readiness Division, U.S. Army. Colonel.
Please, may we bow down for prayers. God of power and mercy, you destroy war and put down earthly pride. Banish violence from our midst and wipe away our tears, that we may all deserve to be called your sons and daughters. Now we pray for President Joe Biden and our political and military leaders that they may tirelessly seek peaceful settlements to all local and international disputes. We pray that violence may be overcome by peace, that weapons of destruction may be transformed into tools of justice, and hate give way to true charity. Creator of the universe, preserve the members of our Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, and Air Force from all harm. Keep in your mercy those men and women who have died in the cause of freedom, and bring them to rest eternal in your kingdom of justice and peace. May their memories be a blessing to us all. Thank you for hearing our supplication as we give you all the glory, honor, and praise now and forever. Amen.
I'd like to introduce our distinguished guest speaker, San Francisco Congresswoman and House Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi.
Good morning, everyone. We come together proudly, patriotically, and personally to pay our respects to those who have done so much. When we hear the national anthem, my favorite line is something that we owe to all of our veterans, their families, and caregivers. And our flag was still there. Because of them, our flag was still there so many time and time again. Ken talked about his favorite line. This one is mine. I love yours too. Thank you, Ken, for your devoted service to our nation. It's always a solemn honor, as I say, to be here on Memorial Day. Today we come together to pay tribute, as we all know, to those who gave the last full measure of devotion to the defense of our democracy. We stand here in awe of the valor the heroism and the patriotism of those that we honor today. With profound love and admiration, we recognize the extraordinary strength and resilience of our Gold Star families, who are represented here today as well, with a special privilege to be with our heroic honoree today, Dennis and Norma Vigliarzoni. They are here. Let us hold in our hearts the memory of their dear son, Army Private First Class Caesar Vigliarzoni. Thank you for sharing your son so that our flag would still be there. And thank you for honoring us with your presence today. Humbly, we say thank you. It's an honor to be with you. Our nation owes Caesar and you a great debt of an unpayable debt of gratitude. As has been mentioned, 155 years ago, thousands of Americans gathered at Arlington National Cemetery to place flowers at the graves of soldiers from both armies who perished in the Civil War. This profound act of healing and hope began a proud American tradition, first known as Decoration Day. Anybody remember that? No, too young, okay. Ever since and now Memorial Day. Ever since then, Americans have gathered every year on the last Monday in May to remember the generations of fallen patriots. I'm very pleased to be here with my daughter, Christine, who is holding, as she does frequently on these occasions, sand from the shores of Normandy. From Normandy. I visited there on anniversaries, visited with our veterans and the rest. They were so brave, so courageous, and so young. And as I've met with them, I said, well, my uncle died at the Battle of the Bulge. And they said, oh, we went there next. Well, it was a few months later, several months later. But imagine the courage, Normandy and the wars, the battles in between. We owe our veterans so much. We learn so much from them. So here we are gathered to remember the next generation of fallen patriots. In honoring them, we renew our sacred promise to our service members, our veterans, their families, and their caregivers. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to leave maybe before the ceremony's over because we have a 24-hour notice to go back to vote for lifting the debt ceiling. And I mention that in tribute to our Commander-in-Chief, President Joe Biden, who fought very hard to restore the funds for the burn pits into the resolution. There's something called toxic exposure funds that were cut. And we just said we can't vote for anything that has that. And he had that restored. So let us praise our Commander-in-Chief, Joe Biden, for that. And then that vote will be bipartisan, and we always want our work on our veterans to be as bipartisan as possible. Thanks, sir. This is a beautiful bipartisan, nonpartisan, all-American tradition that has been the source of unity in our country, and it must remain to this day. We all each year come here. Some of us were together here last year. I know my friend JoJo was here, a wife of Ed Osgood, who had passed right before that, over 100 years old, a veteran of World War II. So many of you are veterans who are so deeply in your debt to you, your families, your caregivers, and the rest. And as Ken said, not just who perished on the scene, but who suffered later. So we have a great deal to do. And this burn pit legislation was very, very important. And we were very proud to pass it in the Congress, but it would not have happened without your outside mobilization, your insistence on the truth of what happened at those burn pits and the impact it has had on our men and women in uniform who were exposed there. That's why this toxic exposure fund is so important. So let us remember Lincoln. We quote him every year, almost prayerfully. Let us strive on to finish the work we are to bind up the nation's wounds, to care for him, we now say them, who shall have borne the battle, and for his widow and his orphan, hers too, to do all which we may achieve and cherish a just and lasting peace among ourselves and with all nations, as the chaplain exhorted us to do. Every day, let us come together to build a world worthy of the sacrifice of our men and women in uniform, worthy of their sacrifice. Thank you for the privilege to join you. May God bless you. May God bless all of our veterans, and may God continue to bless America. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Speaker Pelosi. We're going to hear from the U.S. Air Force Band, Travis Air Force Base. They're going to give us a little medley. I think it's all the theme songs from the different branches of the service. Are we going to hear the Space Force song? All right. We're going to hear the Space Force song, too. Here we go. Good job. That was awesome. Thank you. The song we didn't recognize, that was the Space Force song. Not bad. All right, our next speaker, 26 years in the U.S. Marine Corps, 10 deployments, 3 combat tours, stationed in the Bay Area 3 different times, was in the service from 1988 to 2014. He was the first guy that jumped up when they started the Marine Corps song. So, once a Marine, always a Marine. It's my great pleasure to introduce Colonel retired Chris Starling. Colonel.
hymn, not just a song. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is really my privilege to be here, and I'm going to be quick. I have 3 vignettes to share with you, each inspired by my Spotify playlist. Now, some of you don't know what that is, but the Lincoln High School kids do. But those of you who don't know what that is, you'll know what the songs are. And you from Lincoln High School probably won't know what the songs are, but that's okay. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to tell you the name of a musician or a band, and I'm going to tell you when the song was released. And then I'm going to tell you a little story. And while I'm telling it to you, see if you can figure out what the name of that song is. The artist that inspired my first vignette is Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. And the year that that song was released was 1969. You know, my most amazing Memorial Day ceremony was not in the United States. It was at a cemetery overseas. It was in the small town of Belleau Wood, Château-Thierry, France. Some of you are familiar with the battle that occurred there, the Battle of Belleau Wood. It was a turning point in World War I. The German army had reached a point 60 miles from Paris. The U.S. Marines were sent into the fight, outnumbered 2-1, but their mission was to stop the German advance. The ensuing battle lasted for 3 weeks. It was close combat, a dense forest, mustard gas, hand grenades, hand-to-hand combat. Out of 10,000 Marines committed to that battle, 7,000 were wounded, and 1,811 were killed in action. Many of them were laid to rest at the American cemetery at Château-Thierry. 92 years later, after that battle, I stood at that cemetery in my dress blue uniform with my family. The first thing we noticed, there were more French people at an American Memorial Day service than there were Americans. Well, that makes sense. It was France. But there was another thing that was really important and memorable, and that was that the local school children of Château-Thierry were decorating every single grave with an American flag and a French flag, one by one. Those Marines who gave their lives at Belleau Wood are remembered and honored in a tradition that spans decades. And so the Crosby, Stills, and Young and Nash song that reminds me of this is Teach Your Children Well. The lesson I took away was to pay it forward, like those French families. And we have a French officer here today as part of our ceremony. For my second vignette, the artist is a woman named Gloria Gaynor, and this song was released in 1978. And some of you won't believe that this is on my Spotify playlist, but it is. This morning I went and spent some time with a Union spy. She's buried right up here at Officer's Circle. Pauline Cushman grew up with 7 brothers in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and she learned as a child how to ride horses, shoot shotguns, and canoe through rapids. At the height of the Civil War, she found herself in Louisville, Kentucky, a hotbed of dissent. For those of you who know your Civil War history, confrontations between Unionists and Confederate sympathizers often turned violent in Kentucky. It was that kind of place. And in that chaotic environment, she was in the theater. Some Union officers attended the theater, and they saw how convincing she was. And they pulled her aside and asked her if she would be a spy for the Union. She agreed. She snuck behind enemy lines. She collected vital intelligence. She would come back with diagrams of fortifications. But one day near Nashville, Tennessee, her luck ran out. She was captured and taken before the Confederate commander, General Braxton Bragg, who found her guilty of spying and sentenced her to death by hanging. Fortunately for Pauline Cushman, before her sentence could be commuted, the Union Army seized Shelbyville, Tennessee, where her prison was, and she was liberated. So instead of a date with the hangman, she was recognized by President Abraham Lincoln for her bravery and awarded the brevet rank of major. In 1890, she came here to San Francisco, and 3 years later, her health declined. So 130 years ago this year, at the age of 60, she died here in San Francisco. When the Grand Army of the Republic, I like that name, we don't call it that anymore, but that's what it was back then. When the Grand Army of the Republic learned about this, they pulled out all the stops, and she had an enormous funeral procession here, and she was buried at the Presidio with full military honors. And the song that reminds me of Pauline Cushman by Gloria Gaynor is "I Will Survive," because she did. That is a song about resilience and perseverance. And while her story is truly extraordinary, it's only one of thousands from 160 years ago to today. This is a hallowed place. Every one of these headstones has stories, and it is up to us to remember them and keep them. Every name here should be spoken out loud on a day like this. The third vignette, the artist is Sheryl Crow, and the year is 2009. And as a young lieutenant of Marines, we were getting ready to go off on our long weekend, and I wished someone a happy Memorial Day. And my battalion chaplain overheard me in the parking lot and said, "Hey, Lieutenant, come here." And that chaplain gave me some counseling. He said, "Hey, Happy Memorial Day is really not the best choice of words." And he got me to thinking about it. It's okay to enjoy a long weekend and to be with family and friends, and there is nothing wrong with a great cookout. But as my old boss used to tell me, Chris, the main thing is to keep the main thing the main thing. And on Memorial Day, the main thing ain't the barbecue. The main thing is reflection, it's gratitude, and it is remembering those who gave their lives. So as you wish someone well on Memorial Day, try something besides happy. And the song from Sheryl Crow is called "If It Makes You Happy." And the lyric is, "If it makes you happy, why am I so sad?" It's an emotional time. The lesson here is to keep our priorities straight on Memorial Day, but also to have fun. And with that, I will wish you all a very blessed Memorial Day.
Great playlist. Thank you, Colonel. The Air Force Band and the angelic voice of our airman is going to sing again. Our next speaker is Julia Cardozo. She currently serves as the policy advisor to the Secretary of the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs in Washington. As part of the Secretary's senior leadership team, she oversees VA's participation in more than 60 interagency policy committees led by the White House, which includes close collaboration with the Domestic Policy Council, other federal agencies, and across the entire VA enterprise. She has led change by coordinating VA policy initiatives and legislative implementation efforts that are driving improved veteran outcomes in the areas of food insecurity, expansion of benefits for surviving spouses, outreach to justice-involved veterans, reproductive health, and combating hate and discrimination. Prior to joining the Biden-Harris administration in 2021, she served as an assistant state's attorney in the Special Victims Division of the State Attorney's Office for Montgomery County, Maryland, where she specialized in prosecuting felony sex crimes against children and domestic violence cases. She's the daughter and granddaughter of veterans. Julia Cardozo.
Thank you so much, Ken. It is a privilege to be here today joining Speaker Emerita Nancy Pelosi, Colonel Chris Starling, Colonel Iki Ewiyama, and James Columbia, the cemetery director. I would rave about the amazing job that you and your team are doing here, but look around. I cannot say it any better than you all can see it. It is clear that your staff, many of whom are veterans themselves, take great pride and great care in making this cemetery such a beautiful and peaceful resting place for those who served and their families. Thank you to the veterans, service members, families, caregivers, and survivors who have joined us today. We are forever in your debt. I'm proud to be here today representing VA Secretary Dennis McDonough as one of the VA leaders he deployed around the country to national cemeteries to honor our fallen service members. In addition to honoring them, it is also our responsibility to show our gratitude and support for our Gold Star families like the Viglionis who lost their loved ones in defense of our nation. We owe it to them to pay our respects and reflect on the high cost of freedom which they know too well. Americans began putting their lives on the line, protecting their communities, even before our nation was founded. Thousands gave their lives securing our independence by bringing the American Revolution to a successful conclusion 240 years ago in 1783, and then defending it not long after in the War of 1812. In World War I, American doughboys deployed overseas to help bring about the armistice that stopped the brutal fighting. Just 2.5 decades later, hundreds of thousands of American GIs were dying in multiple far-off continents in World War II. And not long after that, our nation was fighting against new foes in the Korean War. And 50 years ago, in 1973, we pulled our last combat troops out of Vietnam. Until 2001, Vietnam had been our nation's longest war. But an attack on America on 9/11 changed that. After 2 decades of fighting in Afghanistan, our troops were brought home 2 years ago. We can never underestimate or over-appreciate the service and sacrifice of our veterans and their families in any of these conflicts. As costly as these conflicts were, they pale in comparison to America's most devastating war, the war which led to the establishment of the national cemeteries and Memorial Day itself. It was America's Civil War, during which more than 650,000 Americans died on both sides. That is about equal to the total number of Americans who died in all of our other wars combined. President Lincoln understood the obligation that America had to those who sacrificed so much during the Civil War to keep this nation united. His commitment ultimately led to the creation of the Veterans Administration, now known as the Department of Veterans Affairs. He understood that burying those who fell in battle where they fell was no way to honor their sacrifice. This led Congress to authorize the purchase of land for national cemeteries. From this beginning, our predecessor, the National Cemetery System, emerged. In the years after the war, Decoration Day, which featured the placing of decorations on graves of fallen service members, was a new but growing custom. This grew into Memorial Day, which became a federal holiday in 1971. This year, we are not only recognizing the 50th anniversary of the National Cemetery Administration, we are also honoring the 50th anniversary of combat troops leaving Vietnam. VA estimates there are more than 6 million Vietnam veterans alive today. With this in mind, I encourage you to especially thank veterans for serving in that war so bravely and selflessly. I'm thanking my father, Lieutenant Michael Cardozo, U.S. Navy Reserve retired, who served 2 tours in Vietnam, most of which he spent as the officer in charge of a PT fast boat that delivered and retrieved Navy SEALs from their missions. His military service was a seminal experience in his life, and he's incredibly proud to be a veteran. And I'm incredibly proud to be his daughter. In preparing this part of my speech, I asked him, was operating your boat the most significant thing you did there? And he said, no, serving and surviving was. Because he knew firsthand that so many service members made the ultimate sacrifice in that war. And instead of coming home to their families, were laid to rest in cemeteries like this one. One of those service members was his close friend, Lieutenant Junior Grade James Hudis, an only child from Alice, Wisconsin. He died in a fire on the aircraft carrier USS Oriskany off the coast of Vietnam. My dad escorted his body home to his family for burial. A responsibility, he says, is perhaps the most difficult assignment he has undertaken in his life. Another such Vietnam War hero is Colonel Kern Dunnigan, one of the 39 Medal of Honor recipients resting here. On May 13th and 14th, 1969, then Captain Dunnigan was leading an attack in Quang Tin Province when his company came under intense fire. He fearlessly exposed himself to enemy fire to locate enemy positions and rescue his men. He was seriously wounded twice, but refused to leave the battlefield until all of the dead and wounded were recovered. He was a great inspiration to his men and was directly responsible for saving many of them. He died on December 7th, 1991. Before you leave this cemetery today, I encourage you to walk around, to learn more about the heroes buried here, to remember those who are still missing, or to dedicate yourself to serving survivors and veterans in ways big or small, because they deserve our very best, and we should never give them anything less. And because by doing those small things, we can keep heroes like Lieutenant J.G. James Hudis and Colonel Kern Dunnigan with us in our hearts and minds. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting veterans, and thank you for honoring those who made the ultimate sacrifice. May God bless you and our nation's veterans, service members, caregivers, and survivors. And may God rest our fallen heroes.
We're getting to the most special, somber, meaningful part of the program, but I just want to reflect on what both of these speakers talked about at this cemetery that goes back to Civil War days and the sense of history and meaning here, and the more recent combat days of Vietnam when the Bay Area was a huge part of that war effort with all the military bases that used to be in the Bay Area, and they're almost all gone. This was Army, Treasure Island Navy, Hunters Point, Mare Island, Hamilton Air Force Base in Nevada. I mean, the list goes on and on. Moffett Field, we can keep going. And we hope someday that we won't when we have these ceremonies, they will be historic, and we'll be looking back and not talking about today. But we are talking about today because we're not there yet. We haven't got there. So with that, I just want to recognize and introduce this next segment where we're going to meet our Gold Star family, who has paid the ultimate price. And Norma Vivianzone is going to come up, and we're going to have a poem. We're going to present some flowers, and we're going to have Amazing Grace. Norma, come on up here. And thank you. And let's give her a warm welcome, because this is why we're here.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So if you know this, please say it along with me. In Flanders fields, the poppies blow between the crosses row on row that mark our place. And in the sky, the lark still bravely singing flies, scarce heard amid the guns below. We are the dead. Short days ago we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved. And now we lie in Flanders fields. Take up our quarrel with the foe. To you, from failing hands, we throw the torch. Be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders fields. And that's with thanks to Colonel John McCrae, Medical Officer, 1st Battalion, Canadian Field Artillery. Thank you very much. Thank you all for being here.
It's a little breezy, so hopefully everything will stay together here. Officer Alex Lentz from the San Francisco Police Department is going to give us Amazing Grace. Thank you, officer. Well done. We're going to have some loud noises, so don't be surprised. We're going to have a rifle salute, and we're also going to have taps. So let's introduce the Rifle Brigade, and they're going to do the 21-gun salute. followed by taps. Now I believe the Air Force Band is going to let us all join in with them to sing God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the rivers to the oceans, wide the world. God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
Thank you, well done. We retired the colors earlier because of this wind. It's so unusual in San Francisco to have a breeze like this, isn't it? Time now for our benediction. Colonel Iwiyama.
Please, before our benediction, I was reminded that the Memorial Chapel is open for those who want to have moments of meditation and moments of silence. Now let us pray. We thank you, Lord, for your presence with us this day. As we depart from this space now, may we not depart from your presence. We ask you to bless us throughout the remainder of the day and guide us safely home. The Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Amen.
That concludes the ceremony today. I want to thank all of you for taking time to be here to recognize the men and women who couldn't be here. And special thanks to the Villazzone family for being here, the Gold Star family. Really, this is about you, and this is why we're here. So thank you for that. Also a reminder, in addition to the memorial services that are available afterwards at the main post chapel, I've also been told that since we had a little talk about history here, that the National Park Service is offering graveside tours of the Civil War era notables and monuments that are here at the Presidio. That will be staffed by National Park volunteers, Friends of Civil War Alcatraz, and the 20th Maine Volunteer Infantry Reenactment Group. So there's still plenty to do if you'd like to stick around. And with the end of the ceremony, the flag is being restored to full staff. Thank you all again for being here. We know you could be wherever you want to be on this holiday, and you chose to be here, and that means a lot. And in the words of Colonel Starling, have a blessed Memorial Day. Thank you.